Hey everybody, it's Kathy Weiss. Welcome to Monday Messages. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here in the Central Coast of California, and we're going to be doing a live intuitive reading here in just a moment. So for those of you who are meeting me for the first time or just getting to know me, I'm a highly sensitive intuitive. That means that I can feel and interpret your energy and deliver the messages that you need to hear most now. And I can sometimes see your aura, or really what I try to explain to people is the images that I see or the words that I hear are the relevant information in your aura and in your energy field. So I'm picking up on the area in your life that you most need guidance now, and that can change from day to day or week to week or month to month, or sometimes it can be really consistent for a period of time. So sometimes people will ask me, well, like, how often should I have a reading? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. It kind of depends on what's going on with you, what needs to come through, and whether you're struggling or whether you're just looking for a little bit of affirmation or clarity. So if you're kind of feeling stuck or a little bit like meh, or like there's a little nagging thing going on, you know what, you can always just message me and ask if I think that a reading is appropriate, what kind of a reading you should do, and if we need to do more than one. So feel free to reach out. What we're going to do today is a whole bunch of people put their names into my Mad as a Hatter teacup hat. And I'll be pulling one of these names out, and that person will win a free reading today. And what I do for these little freebies here on Facebook, I do a really super brief energy reading. So I just take a couple of notes to see what's going on with someone, and then we use an oracle card for additional information. And then I have other types of readings, some where I take a full page of notes. You can always, again, reach out and ask me if you are not sure or if you're wanting something, and we can work together to find out what's right for you. But let's pull a name out of the hat for today's free reading. And as always, you guys, I have got to close my eyes because all of the messages today were really cool, and I want to deliver all of them, and I want to answer everyone's questions, but we only have time for one, and so to not sway myself, I close my eyes. I'm actually looking up above the camera. What I'm doing right now, you guys, I've got my teacup down in my lap, and I'm looking out the window at this gorgeous tree in the yard, and a reclaimed scuba diving tank that has been turned into a gorgeous wind chime, and it's windy, and the chime is chiming out there. And so today, and now I'm looking up at the ceiling because I don't know, because I'm a dork, I guess. Okay, so this is amazing and hysterical because I just got done telling you guys how I write down notes on everybody as a quick energy reading. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I should tell you that except for Lindsay, I didn't write down any notes. So Lindsay, congratulations for winning today's free live intuitive reading. And if you're watching live and you have questions or comments, you can put them down here and let me know as we have today's conversation. So y'all are probably like, well, why? If you're doing a little mini energy reading, why do... Lindsay says, oh my God, thanks, I'm here. Sweet, Lindsay, this is going to be super fun to do this together live with you. I think it's going to be, okay, what I'm hearing is that this is going to be a really good example for people of a couple of things. One, how I read and interpret things in the moment instead of prior to the session. And then for those of you who don't know Lindsay, she's an incredibly gifted Reiki healer, and she also is a channel, and she hears messages also. So it's always fun when two intuitives or two clairvoyants work together with each other, because we're still human, you guys. She says, I'm already crying. I need so much direction right now. Oh, sweetheart, hang in there. Good stuff is coming. I'm covered in chills. But I just kind of want to let people know that even though we have this ability to channel messages for other people, we're also very, very human. And when we're channeling or doing Reiki healing or some people that are mediums, when we're doing that work, we're in pure alignment with source energy. And what comes through is pure. And what comes through is non-judgmental. Like I can't judge anything that comes through me because my mind isn't in that place. But when we're human and we're starting to get up in our thoughts and get all effed up in our brains a little bit, it's hard to do the channeling. It's hard to receive the messages. And so even as intuitives, sometimes we need to reach out to each other for assistance in hearing the messages. And so I'm getting a sense that that's what Lindsay was needing today, was someone who's in a pure place to be able to receive the guidance that she's seeking. And her question on Facebook was something like, I need career guidance. If that was the word, I need major career guidance right now. And the first thing I heard, Lindsay, when you put that was almost like, seriously, how many times do we have to tell you? You are a gifted healer, and it's scary and it's difficult, but you should be using your gifts in the world. And your energy, okay, let me just do a quick touch in on your energy, because it feels like a storm cloud to me, like almost like the storm cloud we had today here in California, you guys, depending on where you're at. It was like sunny, and then it got a little darker and a little darker and a little darker, and then it like poured like super crazy, and then the storm cloud blew out and it was sunny again. And that's exactly what I'm feeling in your energy right now, Lindsay. I feel like you're in the middle of that like crazy out of control downpour. And so it's hard to see the sunlight on either side of it. Because even like 2 or 3 weeks ago, you were feeling like an upswing in career and an upswing in having clients to work with. And now all of a sudden, maybe that's slowed down a little bit. And so it feels like scary, and it feels like you're in the middle of this storm. Yes. Okay. And so the storm is going to blow out. It has to, like, that's just nature, right? The quality of nature is change. And so when we're in the middle of the upswing, we feel like it has to last forever, but we kind of get scared that it won't, because then a storm comes. And then we get really scared that the storm is going to last forever, but it won't, because it's going to blow away and leave. And so when you're in the middle of a storm as an entrepreneur, which means someone who's self-employed and responsible for your own income, when there is a little bit of a storm, it's absolutely terrifying. And so I'm hearing that there's some comfort for you, and you are like way better about the crystals than I am. And I think you even gave me this one, and it broke, and I need a new one. Light pink. Maybe Lindsay, you can tell us what light pink is, because I don't know. I just know that the energy felt really good, and that was the energy I wanted to pick up for you. Very loving, very comforting. And that we're going to go into Sacred Rebels. Rose quartz. What does rose quartz do, sister? Hi, Asia Brown. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to start to shuffle the... I just stopped for a second. Lindsay, do you want, and it might take a second, do you want a Sacred Rebel or do you want a Mother Mary? Because, no, I'm just, right, never mind, you don't get a choice, even if you typed it in. Compassion, forgiveness, and love in the rose quartz. So compassion for yourself. It is challenging to be an entrepreneur at first. It is challenging to be an entrepreneur 10 years later. So be really nice with yourself right now. Lindsay, I was shuffling the deck right before the video started, and it was doing one of those things where like a card was out and out and out, and it wouldn't go back in. And And I was like, I'm going to ask whoever wins today if it's okay if I take the top card, and I know you, and I know that you're going to be okay with that. So I'm going to take the top card. And then if you want a Sacred Rebel, also let me know, and we can just add that in. Okay, I totally smiled because this is Our Lady of Starting Over. And just between me and you, I pulled this card for myself this morning. Okay, so that's fascinating. But let's take a look at the guidebook. And I'm pretty sure you have this deck too, Lindsay, so you can always get into the guidebook and look a little bit deeper. But one of the things that I remember, because I looked at it this morning for myself, was that like there's a time of karmic resolution happening before you can move forward. So she says, soon it will be time to leave something behind you. I know that you may grieve this loss even when you know deep within that it is for the best and to let it go. I have a couple things coming to me right now. One is, are you thinking, I know you just moved, oh my God, but are you thinking about moving away from the area that you're in? Or, I know work-wise that you're feeling like a little bit torn between traditional work, which provides steady income, and working as a Reiki practitioner, and getting into life transitions, right? Like, yeah, you've been using this deck more? Yeah. So doing Reiki for people who are in life transitions, so end of life transitions, divorce transitions, career transitions. And I just, so maybe the movement, maybe when I'm hearing the word move, it's not like move out of the city that you live in. But I feel like there's a part of you that's yearning to live somewhere else. And yeah, I can feel all of that storm confusion happening for you. So let's really use the book a little bit more. It says, you shall not cause loss or harm to that which you are releasing. All moves in my grace. Surrender your fear and doubt and trust in my unconditional loving grace for all beings. Half Moon Bay, I don't really, I've heard that and I don't even know exactly where that is. But pardon my language, everybody, because right now I'm going to use a grown-up word, which is like, fuck yeah, move to Half Moon Bay. Yes, you can leave. Yes, 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 you can. Stop it. Stop it with the I can't leave here. If Half Moon Bay is calling your heart, you and I both know that that is the divine calling you forward, and you need to get your ass to Half Moon Bay. Like, right now, it's an emergency, and you know what? The child care thing is going to be a big, ginormous mess, and yeah, you know what? It's going to be a big, ginormous mess, but if you're being called, don't wait too long, is what I'm hearing. Like, there's always, we have free will, and you can always do this later in life, but it almost feels like an emergency to me. Like, you need to be there because it will be healing for you, and as you heal, you will be able to heal others more. Maybe you need to go spend a month up there this summer. Airbnb, go do it. Or go do it right now, spend a week. You know what? F it. Go spend like the next time it's your week off with the kids, Airbnb in Half Moon Bay, and see how that feels. Okay? Because Our Lady of Starting Over arises when you need help to put the past, especially a painful past, to rest. You are entering a time when the loving mother's support will be helpful as you step onto a new path. She says that you are entitled to be free from all that has been, free to treat each and every moment as a completely fresh start, to release guilt and shame, and feel empowered to choose now based on what is in your heart. I almost feel like what's coming through me is like so like authoritative. And you know, I don't usually communicate that way on a personal level. So this is like so super duper not my energy that's coming through, but more like the universe is like She's like, how much louder can we yell at you about this stuff? So here we go. Do not worry or fear. You can trust the flow of your life, and when you need to take a step, when the timing is right, deep within, with a mother's helpful assistance, you will know when to act and what to do. If you have been praying for a new start, but are yet to feel that it is happening, this oracle comes with this special message. Your new beginning is on its way to you now. Stay in the faith of your heart and trust in the mother's divine timing for you. There are some final connections, communications, and resolutions that need to happen for the current life phase to be completed karmically. That was the thing I was talking about. There's a little bit of stuff that needs to come together. But it won't be long now, and soon you will be ready and free to move on with a fresh start and a refreshed heart. So really big piece of the puzzle here is this karmic completion that's happening for you. And that final connections and communications, yeah, I hear you about the money. I understand. The thing in here where it says there are some final connections and resolutions that need to happen, those are happening. Whatever the connection is, it's on its way. The resolution is happening, and it might be a little bit messy and uncomfortable, but you need to get your butt to Half Moon Bay, even if it's part-time. And you just, again, like, go spend a week, go spend a month in an Airbnb. The connection that you need to make is most likely there, which is why you're being called to it. So I just got a big fat blank. And generally for me, that means that like that was enough information for now. There is probably some information that wants to come along behind this for you. But what I'm hearing is that like this is where we're going to stop for today. And that you heard what you needed to hear. You're welcome. And yeah, and that's it. Like, I'm totally like, it's a blank right now. So that is definitely it for you today. Lindsay, thank you so much for shouting out and participating back and forth so that people could see a little bit more of what it's like when we're participating back and forth with each other. If you want to follow up, you know how to get me. And for those of you that were watching live and now you're feeling really intrigued by the process, feel free to comment or send me a private message and we can set up a customized reading for you. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday, everyone. Thanks for watching. I love you guys all so much. Namaste.